A new Universal CEO is coming, and the complete guide to the holidays at Universal Orlando. This is episode 482 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hello, everybody. I am Michelle, your host for today. And with me, I have Mr. Lee.
Hello, everyone.
Miss Tracy. Hello. And Mr. Chris.
Hey.
You'll be setting tongues wagging by introducing her as Miss Tracy. Like, hang on, has something happened?
Well, you don't know about it yet, but...
Okay. I kind of do, to be fair, but anyway.
Yeah. It's Christmas time, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
We've been watching a lot of the Grinch videos around Universal, and he's pretty funny, I must admit. It's been pretty awesome what we've seen so far this year.
Yes, he's super cool.
I'm avoiding all that till I get there.
When are you going, Christopher? Which is a good question, actually.
In a couple weeks.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Fancy doing the Christmas tour?
I am going to Christmas the hell out of it when I get over there. So.
Do you fancy doing the holiday tour, Chris, and reporting on it?
Which tour?
The one they do that's like from 5 o'clock till 11:30, and you get to do all that stuff with barely anyone in the parks.
Oh, yeah, sure.
As if I have to twist his arm.
Yeah, no, that sounds horrible.
We just watched Vincent Vision's video of it, and literally he was in the park watching the holiday, whatever the thing is, projection show at Hogwarts Castle, and there was just their group in front of the castle watching that show at like 10:30.
So cool.
Nice.
Oh, sounds terrible.
And
yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. I don't think I'm going to make it down this year. I was gone way too much back to back there in October, so I am...
yes, you were.
We should have been there. Now.
I'm on restriction.
Now. We should have been there now. Ooh. If COVID hadn't have happened, we'd have been there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the magic phrase. If COVID hadn't happened.
Yes.
The things
so
we'd
much.
see.
Oh, the things.
So much. All right. Well, let's jump right in because we have a lot to talk about today. We are going to start off with a little things from Seth Kabursky.
Hi, this is Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guides. And get comfy, because I'm kicking off the holiday season with a ginormous list of little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. Christmas season is in full swing at Universal Orlando. From the Christmas tree hunt to the Islands of Adventure All Hallows Christmas Boutique, which has turned the Halloween shop in Lost Continent into a creepy Christmas store. The Grinch photo op has returned to Seuss Landing with the Grinch face character from the film. Last year, the Grinch was taking your photo instead of being in the photo with you. This year, he's back to posing with guests, and I noticed he was wearing a red face mask when I was in the park. But as of this recording, face masks will now be optional for Universal team members in the parks. So don't be surprised if you start seeing team members' smiling faces once again. A bonus for Universal Orlando annual pass holders during the holiday season, the UUOP Lounge on Hollywood in Universal Studios Florida is going to be staying open late until park closing every night through December 17th. Unfortunately, the American Express Lounge, that was also in Universal Studios Florida, has permanently closed, as it looks like Universal's partnership with Amex has ended. Another thing that's unavailable right now, My Universal Photos has had a problem with their computer servers, and you can no longer retrieve your photos once you leave the park using the app. Right now, the only way to retrieve My Universal Photos taken on rides or by photographers from around the park is by visiting a photo location inside the park before you leave. Until this is sorted out, they are currently not selling photo packages. Couple quick attraction updates from around the parks. Fast and Furious Supercharged was recently refurbished.
Woohoo!
Unfortunately, there were no changes whatsoever made in the ride itself.
Woohoo!
I recently got to take a garage tour, which gives you an up-close look at the cars in the queue, along with a lot of the hidden Easter eggs It's a free tour available just by asking at the front of the ride entrance, but it's only available when staffing is on hand to do it. For my money, the garage tour is better than the ride itself, and according to the comments that Terry Koop, the ride's designer, made at IAPA last week, he agrees. Over in Islands of Adventure, Jurassic Park still has construction ongoing in Camp Jurassic. A small portion has reopened and you can make the full circuit around, but you can no longer go into the center of the playground and the net climbs are still closed. Across the way, I hear that Jurassic Park River Adventure may get its single rider queue back as early as next week. Lots of food updates around the parks. In Universal Studios Florida, a food truck near Music Plaza is now selling vegan sausage and peppers. And over in Islands of Adventure at Jurassic Park's Burger Digs, vegans can now enjoy an herbivore portobello mushroom sandwich. The biggest news of all is that Comic Strip Cafe, long known as the worst quick service restaurant at Universal, has a whole new menu with Asian items including tonkatsu ramen and edamame dumplings. Stepping outside the parks to City Walk, I recently reported about construction permits and rumors that the Groove and Red Coconut Club would be going away soon. Well, there is now a construction wall completely surrounding the Groove. However, Red Coconut still remains and is currently being used as a Universal Orlando annual pass holder lounge on Friday and Saturday nights from 4 to 8 p.m. Over at the Hard Rock Hotel, the Velvet Unplugged sessions at the Velvet Bar in the hotel lobby have returned for the first time since the pandemic, and you can purchase tickets through the hotel's website. Finally, if you're an active or retired member of the military and you want to pay a visit to Universal Orlando anytime over the next year, you can now purchase a military pass for $199 that's good from now until December of 2022. More than a year away, with no blackout dates. It doesn't include any discounts or free parking, but that's still a great deal. Okay, that'll do it for this time. I'm Seth Kuberski, author of The Unofficial Guide to Universal Orlando, which you can find at theunofficialguides.com. And I'll be back again in a few weeks with more little things from around the Universal Orlando Resort.
I love
Where do we
Lottle
start?
things.
I know.
Right, that tweet that Thierry, what Thierry Koo said about Fast and Furious, right? I never believed Universal would ever admit that they regret putting that in. And what he actually said was, I wish I had stopped senior management from making Fast and Furious supercharged.
That's
It
awesome.
literally warmed my heart. I was so happy just to be validated.
I never ever thought they would openly admit to making a mistake with it. But
I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Is it the exact same as what's in Hollywood?
No.
near enough. Obviously, it doesn't have the pre-shows and the queue and stuff, but the ride itself's 90% the same from what I know.
Wow.
And did it get the same negative response in Hollywood as it did
No,
in
because
Orlando?
it's just part of the tram
Part of
tour,
the
isn't
tram
it?
tour, though.
Yeah, so it's completely
Okay.
different.
It's not a ride.
It is a tiny piece
Yeah.
of an hour-long tram tour. So
Gotcha.
so you spend an hour in line for the tram tour and you're getting all this stuff, and it's one thing. Oh, that was a bit naff,
Okay.
and we move on
You
to the
move
next
on,
thing.
yeah.
Whereas you are going to ride that ride, and you get off and you're like, huh, I quite enjoyed that.
No, you get off and you're like,
Yeah, well, on
What
top of
did I
that,
just
they
do?
also took away 2 different attractions
Yes.
to put that one in
Yeah.
there. So it adds insult to injury when
Yeah.
you finish getting off that ride.
And,
And
you
going,
know,
what the hell was
yeah.
that?
An injury. Yeah, that's all I know from that ride. My
And to be
knees are still sore.
To be fair as well, they replaced the previous Fast and Furious thing on the tram tour, which was the dancing robot arm car things that were originally there, which
Yeah.
was weird. So
Yeah.
it's probably better than what was there originally.
But
I don't mind it. I still don't mind it.
yeah, well, you're weird.
I'd still like to have seen something more sort of test tracky in there, but I don't mind it.
You mean something fast?
And furious.
It makes me furious.
it does make me
We've had all
furious.
those
It makes me
jokes before,
furious
haven't we?
rather fast.
Not that I want to bring up COVID, but team member masks being optional finally. Another step in the right direction.
I like
yes,
how-
and only a few weeks after Halloween Horror Nights, darn it, which that would have totally changed the entire event had they been optional at the beginning of that.
there's a word there
But,
that I
oh
really
well.
like, which is optional.
Yes.
Which means that it's up to the team member to make that decision. If they're still not
Yes.
comfortable, they can wear one, and that makes me happy.
And I'm also going to
Of
say,
course.
Michelle, what you've said, I think, is the reason that they've made that decision now. I believe they used
Has it
Halloween
worked?
Horror Nights as a test bed to see how having massive crowds in really tight spaces, to see how that worked, and then gone, do you know what? We've had no outbreaks or anybody,
Yeah.
so it's fine. Let's move to that next stage. So I am
Yep.
fully confident now that when we come over next year, everything should be back to normal.
And Lee's just buggered it all up for us again.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you watch the
Zeta variant, here we come.
the UK variant, because we'll be all bringing it over with us. Now everyone's
There's
back over
borders
there.
just shut.
Sam Naj, I'm looking at you
You leave Sam alone.
because he's there now. I hate him.
Oh, nice. It's all right, Sam. You can send me the ornament. Lee doesn't want it anymore.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sam picked us up
see?
the Earl.
He still likes you for now,
He
Sam.
picked us up the Earl the Squirrel ornament the other day. It's so
It's
cool. This
awesome.
year's is awesome.
Yeah, it's cute. Can I just say 2 words?
Edamame.
No.
All right.
Tonkatsu ramu.
All right.
Ramen. Tonkatsu ramen.
I have never. I don't even think I've set foot in Comic Strip Cafe
I've looked and then walked
I
out.
haven't either.
I used to go there all the time when I was younger. but
when you didn't know
honestly,
what
haven't
food
eaten
was.
there in years.
Tonkatsu is my favourite ramen. So I'm over here, but when I get over there, I'm going to be a very happy bunny.
It's funny, isn't it? Because for how much they've really sort of ramped up the food in the parks over the last, let's say, 10 years, to be fair, there's still a lot of places. Islands, I'm going to have my little soapbox again. Islands hasn't got a lot of love, really, overall, for a long,
Not for a
long
while,
time.
no.
You know, everything seems to be... It's funny, I was thinking ahead to September when we come over and thinking about doing an episode like we always do of everything that's new since the last time we were. And everything that's new, pretty much, is in the studios.
Uh-huh.
No, that's not true. Velocicoaster and Hagrid's.
Yeah.
No, Hagrid's is not new. No, hang on.
Hang
Hagrid's is not new since the last time we were over. I have ridden
It was
Hagrid's at least 3
barely
times. It doesn't
open.
matter. It's not new.
Yeah.
Velocicoaster, and that's it.
Well, what is new at studios?
Born, the crepe stand. There's
Oh
definitely
no,
something else.
that stuff doesn't count.
Of course it counts.
See, that's
It's
what I'm
new.
saying. It's a bunch of little things, which I get,
It's new to us.
but I mean,
No, once you
Velocicoaster,
ride
man,
Velocicoaster,
it's an
Yeah,
entire
you're
land
gonna be
area.
like, oh, that was like the biggest improvement to Islands of Adventure ever.
I get
Seriously.
that, but I'd like to see.
But
I
surely
would have
that
liked
makes
to
the
have
rest
done-
of it look even
Yeah.
more shabby.
This is the problem. I've seen this when Diagonally opened at the studios of people going for the Wizarding World and then going into the rest of the parks and feeling like, oh, the rest of it wasn't up to that standard. And I feel like maybe Velocicoaster a little bit that, yeah, I get it. It's awesome. And I love Islands of Adventure, but I think they've put everything into that, whereas they could do with spreading some funds and just
But
doing
maybe that's
up
in the
some other things. The food very specifically, which is what I was talking about. Islands, we've talked about it on
Food's
here
never been
before. There's
great.
not really many places if you're in Islands of Adventure to go and get something to eat, whereas Studios has got tons of them.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
To
I
be
really
honest,
think they both need some updated food options. To be
Well,
honest
yeah.
with you, like they
City
need some
Walk's
good
a better
table
option.
service options.
City Walk is a better option, but
yeah.
it shouldn't have to be
No,
the
I know.
option.
I know.
The option is if you want something to eat, leave the park. You shouldn't have to
Yeah, you
leave
should
the
have
park.
to take an hour more out of your time, out of your day to get something to eat. You should be able to walk past something and go, hey, I'll eat there.
Because even Mythos, their gold standard restaurant in Islands of Adventure, is all right.
I wasn't crazy about it when I went there last
It's all
summer.
right. It's the setting is better than the food itself,
don't
and it
think it's-
always has been.
I don't think it's ever
Yeah.
been as good as it was the first time we went.
No, I agree. But then again,
Different chefs
you
as
could
well.
also go, that was our first time in there, and the food we had was good, and the view we had was amazing, and
Yeah.
you were in Mythos for the first time, and everything was new because it was, we've never been here before.
Yeah. And we didn't have kids
No, we
annoying
didn't.
us either, so that was, yeah. But who knows? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a plan. They can't do everything at once.
Yeah.
Well, and they are building a whole new park, so
Does that
Again, and
change-
their
that's
funds
what-
are kind of.
We'll cut them a little bit of slack.
But that's
Yeah.
what worries me a little bit, that they're going to pump all the money that potentially could be put into upgrading stuff at Islands and Studios into Epic Universe, and that those two parks are going to kind of get left behind a little bit because they are diverting all the funds into.
And that's inevitable. There's only so much money they got, right? So would you rather them pump everything into Epic Universe and make the most badass park ever? Or funnel some money into these other two parks and make a pretty good park in Epic Universe?
Well, Michelle, you weren't here last week, but having talked to Andy and Catherine about Universal Beijing,
I want that.
I think that park is a good indication of, obviously not land-wise, not IP-wise, but potentially what Epic Universe is going to be.
I'd be happy
Because
with that.
That
land-wise.
park looks amazing.
Yes.
And then I don't think it's got, obviously, Chris, you mentioned the pathways are dead wide and they obviously had the indoor sections and stuff. You're not going to get that, but I think that hotel thing and just the layout of the park and stuff, I think if it's half as good as that, it's going to be amazing.
I'm hoping we kind of get those wider streets at Epic Universe because they have a lot more space to play with now.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. We're going all around the houses tonight, aren't we? It's going to be interesting to see how Epic Universe goes, how they promote it as being part of Universal Orlando, but with it not being attached to Universal Orlando, it's going to be weird. I've said this before. I find it strange because you're going to go to Universal Orlando and you've got Islands and Studios and City Walk, and then you're going to have this whole new thing down the road that's not part of that. So you've got to make that special trip. It's not like you go into Studios and then you can think, oh, we'll hop over to Islands at lunchtime and go and do some stuff over there. It's like a whole jump in the car or whatever, they got buses or whatever, to go down to there. It's definitely going to change how you view a trip to Universal Orlando.
Disney's been doing it for decades now, and it's really not that weird. But yes, it will definitely change. Like, my whole pitch for Universal is how convenient it is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all so close to each other, and like you said, it's easy to hop, and
Well, I've never
it's
been,
not all
Michelle,
spread out.
but it's like sort of saying if Disneyland added a new park and it was 3 miles down the road, because Disneyland is like California Adventure and Disneyland and Disney Village all in that. I haven't been, but from what I've seen, it's very much like Universal.
It's very much like Universal. Yeah.
And then you're going to build this new park down the road that's not part of that. And when you go to Universal Orlando, you're so used to everything being within, to be fair, a walking distance. Because you can walk to all the hotels. You can, apart from Surfside and Dockside, Islands, Studios, the hotels, all of that. And then you're adding something in that's not just an easy, I want to go down there for the rest of the afternoon. It's just going to be, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just going to be weird for people who've been going to Universal for a long time to get their heads round. It's going to be different now.
It'll definitely be
It's probably
different.
not
But I don't
gonna
think
be
it's
a
going to
big-
be like an issue because people are so, I mean, I don't know what the percentages are, right? But if you go to Universal, you've probably been to Disney prior, right?
Yeah.
And even if they have to make some kind of tram system or something or a bus, whatever it is between parks, let's just say they did that. I guarantee you it's still going to be shorter than what it takes to park at the parking lot at Disney and to get to Magic Kingdom.
Without a doubt. You're talking
So-
half an hour
Yeah,
from
at
getting
least
through the
half an
ticket.
hour.
Yeah, and that's what I hate about going to the Magic Kingdom. It's such, you're frazzled by the time you even get into that theme park, from getting
And
through
leaving?
the ticket booth,
I was gonna say, and
parking,
leaving.
getting a tram, getting
Yeah.
on the monorail, getting off the monorail, getting through security, and then into the park. You're just like, do you know what? I need to sit down for half an hour because I'm literally mentally and physically done.
And then you come out after a long day and you see that ramp is
Yeah, it's
crammed.
mental.
It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's just going to change the whole touring plan, I suppose, the phrase you used, of doing a Universal Orlando vacation. It's going to be strange.
Yes. I don't like change.
It will be. Well, and maybe our new CEO will have something to say about it, right?
Well, yes, it was announced last week that Universal Parks and Resorts has named Mark Woodbury as its next chairman and CEO following the retirement announcement of Tom Williams. Woodbury currently holds the role of vice chairman of Universal Parks and Resorts and president of Universal Creative, and he will take up his new role on January 1st, 2022, which will allow Williams to hand over the reins with a bit of a transition period, as he doesn't actually retire until March 16th, 2022.
That man has some jobs, by the way. Not only is he president of Universal Creative, but he's also vice chairman of Universal Parks and Resorts. I'd love to see his paycheck.
Yeah. Me too.
A little bit.
So Williams has worked in the industry for more than 50 years, and during his time at Universal, he led the opening of Universal Studios Florida in 1990, before being named chairman and CEO of Universal Parks and Resorts in 99. He also oversaw the creation of Universal Japan, Singapore, and Beijing, and was instrumental in the development of experiences such as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Ever heard of that? And Super Nintendo World.
Wow.
He is being replaced by someone who also has a wealth of experience, Woodbury, who has more than 30 years of experience with Universal and has been responsible for the planning and design strategy for Universal Parks and Resorts worldwide. And as president of Universal Creative, he has been behind the design and creation for all Universal ride experiences, themed lands, destination hotels, city walk entertainment complexes, and theme parks. Replacing Woodbury as president of Creative will be Michael Hightower, who is current senior vice president, executive project director for Universal Parks and Resorts.
They know how to give these people massive titles, by the way.
Yeah.
'Cause I know when we talked to Laura for Halloween Horror Nights, she's got a massive title. It's not just...
No.
Mike Aiello's the same. It's not just like senior director of this. It's like entertainment director, senior vice president. It's like...
Hey man, the more
Well,
words
even
in your
Andrew's-
title, the more important you are.
Yeah, Andrew Stonecipher has a really long title. Chris has been going around telling everybody that's what she wants to be, and I don't even remember what it is. It's like senior artist for I don't even know, but it's like 6 words, and she knows them.
I mean, this isn't a surprise. If Williams was retiring, I think Woodbury was the obvious choice to step in there.
Yeah.
He knows Universal inside and out at this point, so...
I mean, my goodness, from this little blurb, he literally was
Everything.
instrumental in everything that the resort is.
I mean, imagine, worldwide. That word there says worldwide. So he has been behind every... Can you imagine having that on your, for the British people, on your curriculum vitae, or if you're an American, on your resume, saying that you were behind every single piece of hotel, attraction, ride, show, restaurant, city walk, park, whatever it might be, worldwide for Universal.
Crazy.
I get anxiety being the guy in charge of bringing chips to a party. So
Exactly.
this is quite impressive.
It's amazing.
He must not have a family, because I don't know how he has time to do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Busy man.
I'm sure his paycheck makes it worthwhile.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
I wonder if he gets in for free.
I'd like to think so.
That's a kicker.
Well, considering he's a team member, I would say so.
And he's probably got the key.
So now I need Tom Williams' email address, because it's time to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Now you don't work there. Get on, mate. You know I'm going to try.
Oh, I know.
Oh, like you always say, just ask.
Oh, thank you. Doesn't work there anymore now. Come on. I'm sure I know someone who got contact for him.
Wow.
Can you imagine getting him on? That would be the stories he would potentially tell you about 50 years in the entertainment industry, and like being
that's
there
crazy.
right from the beginning of Universal Studios Florida is crazy.
So awesome.
And if we do get him on, my first question is, why Fast and Furious?
And that's Chris's last time on the show.
Yeah.
Because when
Quick
Tom
interview
hangs
that.
up and like, oh, has the internet dropped?
He retires March 16th, so we expect him on the show on the 17th.
Yeah. No, the email goes out on the 17th.
Yeah, I've got time to find his email address first.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Great. All right. Well, let's move on to some Producers Club birthdays.
Yay! My favourite bit. We've got a few, actually, this time.
Well, I've got a lot.
We are starting with my second husband, Mr. Chris Ezell, Dr. Evil himself. It's his birthday on Wednesday, on the 24th of November. Happy birthday, Chris!
Happy birthday, buddy.
And same day, birthday twins. It is also Michael Santos' birthday. Happy birthday, Michael!
Happy birthday.
And then we have the lovely Richard Baker's birthday on the 26th. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And that is followed by Jeremy Duncan's birthday on the 27th. Happy birthday!
Happy
birthday.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
Copyright, thank you.
Oh, balls.
And I've lost my place now. On the following day, 28th, we have Chris Thompson's birthday. Happy birthday, Chris!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Feliz cumpleaños.
One of the many Chris's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
There's
a
two
lot.
Chris's there.
Yeah. And then we move
Taking
into
over.
December. And on the 4th of December, we have the lovely Michael Mangione's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Michael.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And we have birthday twins to close this up. And we have the lovely, the adorable Courtney Crumb's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Courtney.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And finally, we have the lovely Daniel Johnson's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
That was a lot of birthdays.
It was a lot of birthdays.
all
I was trying to do the
different.
math. Like, what's 9 months prior to all these birthdays? And it's
Easter.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. Not bad,
People are
yeah.
busy.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, my mind wanders off.
That's a weird
yeah.
place
Yeah.
to wonder. What were their parents doing?
Well, there's so many birthdays, right? Like, why are there so many birthdays during this one specific time period? You got to go 9 months prior and figure out what was going on.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Or you could just plug the Producers Club.
Oh, that.
That too. So,
I mean,
if
you
you
know.
want to, have your birthday read on here and us talk about how you were born,
How you were conceived. That's more than what we were talking
And
about.
what your
But,
parents were doing 9 months ago.
yeah, just you can come join the fun and join the Producers Club. And to do that, just shoot us an email to uuopproducers@gmail.com. And we will gladly tell you how to join this cult.
as of recording, we've just welcomed a new member today. I'll give her a shout out, Rachel. Rachel has just joined today.
Hello, Rachel.
Hey,
Rachel.
welcome.
I think we're at, all in all, including us and everybody, like everyone who's like a paid member and then everyone who gets him. I think there's, what did I say, about 157 or 58
Something
or
like
something
that.
like that.
Holy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
I know.
Gonna have to make a lot more Kool-Aid for the next weekender.
Yeah. Especially if it
Wow.
evaporates.
If it
Opening
happens.
a barrel of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of weekenders, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company.
You'll be green with envy if you miss out on meeting the main man himself this holiday season. No, not Santa, but the Grinch, of course. Join all the Who's in Whoville for some mischievous fun at Universal Orlando Resort. There will be no shortage of fun and fantasy as you take in the lights and sounds of the holidays that surround you at every turn during this magical time of year. Running from mid-November to the end of the year, Grinchmas celebrations are included with your daytime park admission. Be sure to let the experts at Mouse and Muggle Travel Company take care of all your travel needs. Earning the distinction of being an earmarked agency specializing in Disney destinations, as well as becoming one of the first to be named a U Preferred agency with Universal Parks and Resorts vacations. Mouse and Muggle Travel Company will ensure you receive top-rate customized service. Just visit mouseandmuggle.com to fill out a non-obligation quote request, or send your request to info@mouseandmuggle.com. Their team can take care of you no matter where in the world you go. With a flick of their wand and a little bit of pixie dust, the process will be so seamless. Some might even say it's simply magical.
Welcome back. Hello, everybody. We are now going to jump into our favorite time, which is Rate My Crepe.
We're not, because we haven't got any.
Oh,
Which is why,
it
Tracy.
says plug Rate My Crepe.
Yes, we have none. Gillian
Oh.
killed everyone off from the last one.
Yes.
All right.
So I guess we need you to send them in. So get out there, eat some crepes, rate them for us.
It's Christine, I'm looking at you because you said you were going to do one.
Yes. Who's there now?
Sam Bloody Nash.
Will he still be there by the time this goes out?
No.
though? No, so it's a bit late. So yes, what we need to do is go eat, record it for us. Any of the crepes. Is that including seasonal now?
No.
Got to say.
I mean, you can still send us one.
Yeah, we
rating
still
it,
wanna
but it
know
won't
about
be,
them, but-
it won't be classed in the vote.
Yeah. So we need it rating out of 5. 1 being that was a really good one. And 5 being hell yeah.
No, you have to do it like Gillian. You have to go, oh, hell yeah.
I
'Cause
ain't
apparently she
doing
says
that.
that. Apparently that's how she says that for everything I've been told.
Right, well,
Oh, hell yeah.
you need to get that as a soundbite.
I will
and
do.
You can use that. That's okay.
That'd be awesome.
And send that to podcast@uuopodcast.com, please.
Yeah.
Not com, please, just .com.
All these people going, messages on Facebook going, I've tried to send it to that email
Yeah.
address and it just keeps bouncing back. Oh, leave the please off.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. As the holidays are in full effect, we thought it would be a good idea to go through Universal's complete guide to the holidays. So we're going to kick it off with where to stay. Staying at one of Universal hotels really is the best way to experience the holidays. Each hotel is fully decorated to complement the immersive hotel theming, from an Italian-inspired holiday at Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel to a surf-style holiday at Universal's Endless Summer Resort. There is a holiday vibe for everyone.
Has anybody stayed at any of the on-site hotels during the holidays?
Yes.
Of course. Portofino by any chance?
Yes.
I think she stayed in the Navigators Club.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I have to do it. I have to do it because she's here, because I cut it out of their Rush of Fear episode. But Michelle, I snorted incredibly loudly when you said where you were recording your live last episode of Rush of Fear from. And I told Chris, guess, they were on Disney property. Guess where she was staying. And Chris, you said?
Grand Floridian.
And I went, bingo.
No.
The Grand
You
Floridian.
didn't tell me that. Wow.
It was part of the
Half percenter.
conference. Like, it was included in our conference
Yeah.
package.
The castle was sold
Oh.
out. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's
You
only
know.
room for
The
4
runner-up.
people in the Cinderella suite.
It was okay. I prefer Portofino
Okay.
Good to
by
know.
far. But yeah, Portofino is beautiful during Christmas. They have a huge Christmas tree set up out in the piazza.
Oh, cool.
Gorgeous. And then I've stayed at Cabana Bay, which is also very cool at Christmas.
I don't think I've ever stayed during Christmas time.
You only live
At the
like a
hotels.
couple of hours away, to be fair.
I've never been
Yeah,
anywhere. at
but it's always
Christmas.
fun to stay on site.
Yeah.
Next year.
Especially with Florida resident rates.
Yeah. Oh, that's the only way I stay on site, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exclusive to the hotels are the holiday feast they host in their restaurants. There are specialty breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals that you can indulge in with whichever holiday you're celebrating with us. Nothing screams winter snuggles like cuddling up in front of a fire. The hotels have fire pits they light nightly, which is the perfect way to wind down after a day in the parks.
I disagree, but okay.
Well, if you have the s'mores kit they sell, then it's kind of
It
better.
was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't like smelling like a bonfire.
Lounging by the hotel pool in the middle of winter with an umbrella drink is the best gift you could give, in my opinion.
Jesus, that's
Holiday
cheap.
activities and dining options vary by hotel. Explore all the hotel holiday happenings to choose the best hotel experience for you.
I love how the person that wrote this for Universal's blog makes it out like, so lounging by the hotel pool in the middle of winter, right?
The snow
I'm
and
not
the
being
sleet.
Degrees, are you kidding me?
It's hardly, the middle of winter doesn't mean the same thing to someone in Florida as it does to somebody over here.
No,
Right.
no. It's like
True.
I see. I saw with an umbrella because drink is on the next line with an umbrella. And I was like, you'd need more than a bloody umbrella. You'd need your blanket and your woolies. But
I'm looking forward to checking out
Not in Florida.
at least 2 hotels next year.
hope so. Yeah, yeah. There are things to do. Some dreams are of sugar plums, mine are of chocolate frogs. Actually, I'd rather have sugar plums, but there you go.
The chocolate frogs are kind of bland. Again, we're just reading the blog post, by the
I
way.
know,
This isn't these aren't our opinions.
These are
But we will add our own. I can't think of what that word is.
Hot butter beer.
That wasn't the words I was looking for. This is why I'm the English student, not him. Experiencing Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is a holiday experience like no other. Festive decor and seasonal shows bring even more magic into both lands. Hogsmeade in Universal's Islands of Adventure and Diagon Alley in Universal Studios, Florida.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to checking out.
What, permanently?
There are days when I feel like it. No, I'm looking forward to checking out. I mean, I don't think we mentioned it last week when we talked about Beijing, but did everyone see the pictures of Universal's Universal Beijing's Hogsmeade with actual snow.
Oh, yes.
It's so
Wow.
pretty.
It wouldn't be nice to be there, but the
No, it
pictures
would.
looked amazing.
Oh, yes, it would. That's a
would.
new bucket list item for me now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle is a festive spectacle of light projections and music held every evening from dusk to park close. Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees perform their holiday hits like My Baby Gave Me a Hippogriff for Christmas in Diagon Alley. The Frog Choir take the stage in Hogsmeade with their classic carols like Christmas at Hogwarts. Make sure to take home a piece of the Wizarding World with marvelous merchandise like Hogwarts house ornaments, stockings, and sweaters. And no holiday visit is complete without trying hot butterbeer.
Yes.
A delicious,
Yes.
non-alcoholic, warm beverage reminiscent of shortbread and butterscotch, and it is pure heaven.
And it's
now available all year.
All year round, Tom Brino.
Tom Brino.
Yes, I'm going to call him out as well. Tom Brino.
It tastes of
Tom Brino.
cardboard.
No, it does not.
No, it
Oh
does
my
not.
God,
Actually,
it's so good.
Do you know what? I would really like to try it in an actual ceramic cup to
Take
see
one
if
in,
that's
yeah.
what the thing is.
Yeah, when you get there, just buy
I'll
one
buy
in the
one,
store.
yeah.
They'll buy
Yeah.
it for you.
Because-
Drink out of that.
I'm pretty sure that it's
I love it.
the cardboard cup.
I love it. I love
But
it.
do the other does the regular one comes in a plastic cup?
Yes.
Yeah.
hmm
See, I won't drink takeout coffee in a cardboard cup either because that tastes weird. Which is
Wow.
how I've come to this
Interesting.
conclusion. It must be the cardboard cup.
I love it.
So do you hate paper straws?
They just disintegrate.
Right,
yeah.
paper straws are like, I understand why, but it's
I
just
don't
like
bother with straws
they're just
anyway.
pointless.
No, yeah, they are. I kind of
They are
enjoy
better,
them though.
better for the
It's weird.
environment.
It's like a
though.
chocolate fork.
Depends on what
And a
you're
hot
eating.
meal, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you're right. Yeah, but you know what I'm getting at. Like a chocolate teaspoon then.
Again, depends on what you're eating.
No, teaspoon. Like for stirring tea.
Yeah, they sell that.
I don't mind that.
I mean,
next time you
it's
have a
more
more
like
like the
hot
hot
chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah.
Hot chocolate
Yeah.
spoons.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
meant to melt. It's not meant to stir. Jesus
Anyway.
Christ. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I
You're
would.
just deviating like a mo.
Christopher, tell us about the nightly parade.
I will do, Michelle. Now, for most, watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is an annual tradition. For years, the creative geniuses at Universal Orlando and Macy's have partnered to bring larger-than-life parade balloons to the streets of Universal Studios Florida. Along with the classic Macy's star balloons, viewers can expect to see minions from Illumination's Despicable Me, the characters from DreamWorks Animation's Shrek and Madagascar films, plus over 100 festive entertainers, including the one and only Santa Claus. There's even a special Florida snowfall for the finale.
It looks really cool this year, actually. We've watched a few videos of it, and it's, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I am so excited
Yes.
to have Christmas back at the parks.
It's always good. Yeah, the
I'm
parade's really
so
good.
excited.
Speaking of Sam again, he's seen it a couple of times, and he's seen it on a windy night and an unwindy night, and there's a big difference between the two
Ah, yes. I can imagine.
because they're not up in the air when it's windy.
No.
Oh yeah.
Quite wise, I think.
At least he still put it on, because I know, like,
Yeah.
you think we missed the parade, the Mardi Gras parade on the Friday night
Yeah,
because it was
that
too
was-
windy.
It was a horrible day.
It was a
Yeah.
horrible day, not
Crazy
just the
and-
weather, but
ugh,
anyway.
No. And we also have Grinchmas.
Woo!
I'd have gone mad if I hadn't got this one.
I know I had to jig everything round, so you got this.
To right. During the holiday season, the whimsical Zeus Landing gets decked out in hula day charm and cheer to celebrate Grinchmas. Delight in the hilarious hijinks of the
That
mean...
should have been hilarious.
Oh,
Yes,
delight in
it
the
should have.
hilarious hijinks of the mean green one himself in the Grinchmas Hula Day Spectacular, a live retelling of the classic tale starring the Grinch and featuring music recorded by Mannheim Steamroller.
And he still looks weird. He still looks weird. I'm still not
Yeah,
overly
it's-
convinced by the Grinch in that
It's
show.
the fur.
It's weird.
It's
In what
metallic.
show?
So in the How the Grinch Stole Christmas show at Universal now, they've gone. It's kind of weird. It's because they've obviously. It's still like the Jim Carrey Grinch, but then his actual costume
With the
kind
new
of looks
outfit.
more like
Yeah,
the animated one. It's weird. It looks very
it's
strange.
too shiny.
It's too shaggy. It's too shaggy. It's weird.
Yeah, just anyway. So the Who's during Grinchmas at Universal's Islands of Adventure mingle with the strolling Who's as they spread hula day joy. Meet the Maven of Mischief himself for a photo opportunity at All the Books You Can Read bookstore. Check out the complete guide to Zeus Landing for more information on rides, shopping and dining options.
Yeah, we know all about that. So yeah, the holiday tour that we mentioned before is worth it for this because you get to meet the Grinch in Circus McGurkus while you're having hot chocolate and biscuits, and he comes to the table.
Sassy.
And I know Vincent was like, "This is so much better than having to wait in that massive line to see him in the bookstore."
Yeah, we almost never do. I think we did it 1 year and that's it, just because it's a huge line. So I think we said it last time that just this thing alone is worth the holiday tour price.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, off the back of this, as well as part of that holiday tour, we actually watched a bit of it on Vincent's video. The Who and A with the Who's looks hilarious. So after the Grinch show, it was the mum and the dad, what they're called. Come on.
Papa and
What was that
Mama.
about?
The Grinch.
The Grinch doesn't have any parents.
Oh, the Grinch's parents? Well,
Cindy Lou Who's parents.
Oh, Lou who? Lou who? And
Mrs. Who.
It's not
Anyway,
Martha,
and then
mate.
like the woman in the red dress who does the singing, and then somebody else, they got them out and they were basically, the first question they asked them was, what is it like? This might come as a surprise to you. What's it like living on a speck? And they were like, what?
Oh,
What do you mean on a speck? We live in Whoville. And like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was hilarious. It looks really funny.
Yes.
yeah. And I'm excited to see.
Lulu, who is the father, and Betty Lou, who
Betty
is
Lou
the
Who, yeah.
mother.
Lulu Who?
Lulu Who, and Cindy Lou Who, and Betty Lou
Lou
Who.
who? So it's Lou who.
Jesus.
So he's Lou who.
That's ridiculous. Anyway.
The Who's.
Who?
If I had
Where?
the dum-tsh noise, it would be there now. And it's, but I
Where
haven't
is
got it.
that? We need that back.
I know, I'm going to have to get it.
Where to shop. Another great perk about coming to celebrate at Universal, you can do your holiday shopping at the same time. We've got, and by we, I mean they've got a ton of unique themed gift shops throughout the entire resort destination. You can find popular finds, including some of my favorites, like a classic Jurassic Park t-shirt, an interactive wand to cast spells in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, and basically any piece of merch with the Grinch's face on it.
Which is mine.
Don't forget, the Grinch's face is your face?
Yes. No, I'm just
Don't
saying,
forget.
all that merch is mine. Get off it.
All the Earl the Squirrel stuff. It doesn't sound right. I'm going to say Earl the Squirrel because that's how I would say it.
Errol the
Is
squirrel.
Awesome. I love all of that stuff this year.
Dumping a lot
Yes.
of money.
It is
Yeah.
so cool. The T-shirt with the
Yes.
the image that Andrew did of Earl the Squirrel on his truck with all the hidden references to like
Love
E.T.
it.
and Jurassic Park and stuff
Yeah.
in it. There's a T-shirt with that on it. It's so cool.
I want it.
So don't forget, there are also 2 year-round Christmas stores.
Yes, there are.
Each one is filled to the brim with holiday cheer and holiday-themed gifts and souvenirs. For an added personal touch, both venues offer personalization services for select ornaments, which I have done in the past, and their work is awesome.
Okay.
Also, make sure to check out the Holiday Tribute Store in Universal Studios Florida, which
It's
if
amazing.
you don't go to the Tribute Store when you're there, what are you doing?
Exactly.
I am amazed how quickly they turn that round, by the way.
I know, it was almost overnight.
It just phenomenal. It was like Halloween Horror Night store, bang, Christmas store.
Yeah.
One day later.
Mhm.
Such a good idea.
And it's not like
too.
they cheap
Oh.
out on like the
No,
theming in there
no,
either. It's
not at
it's like
all. It's
spot on
yeah.
theming.
It is
Yeah.
a complete change. It's not like you can go in and go, oh yeah, you can see. It is completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that they've started doing it for everything now. I mean, look, I even did the Jurassic World one. It's not even just for holidays now. They're doing it for anything they can, and it's cool. It's become a part of like a horror night or whatever, as much as the houses and the shows and the scare zones now, I think, and the same for
Yep.
the holidays and the same for Mardi Gras.
It's basically an attraction at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took them so long because you think the tribute store that they did, Horror Nights 25, which was still the pinnacle of it. It was amazing.
Do you know what they need to do? Tribute store facade ornaments.
I mean,
Wow.
there are
That'd be
people out
awesome.
there that are doing those.
Are they official though?
No,
That's what I mean. We should have official ones.
Andrew,
Yes.
if you're listening, get on that.
Yes. You can have that one.
Freebie.
Yep. And let's face it, the holiday season food offerings are an event in and of itself. I personally cannot get enough of gingerbread, peppermint, chocolate, and cinnamon flavored goodness that is permeating the resort this time of year.
I mean, if it's not cinnamon, like cinnamon just screams Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So does peppermint.
Yep.
I would say cinnamon more so.
Well, you can.
I did.
Many of the restaurants across the theme parks, Universal City Walk, and the hotels add seasonal menu food and drink creations that can vary from year to year. But you can pretty much count on special donuts, holiday snacks and treats. Hello, hot chocolate bombs. Now you can keep them. Cocktails and comfort food to satisfy your holiday food fix.
So looking through the menus for this year, the specialty nogs are very interesting. Chris, have you seen the specialty nogs?
I have seen the Nogs.
They're very rum-based.
I've never
Yeah.
had nog.
I mean, I'm not a huge eggnog fan. We drink coquito down here, which is like eggnog, but
Without the
with
egg.
no
in it.
eggs in there.
Oh,
So it's
hello.
just nog.
Right, it's the egg bit that puts me off. So
Okay, so
We need
It's
to
more like
talk,
a
sir.
horchata, isn't it?
no, well, coquito is like, just to give you the basic, you're using the 3 different like milks, like condensed milk, evaporated milk, and then coconut cream, rum, some cinnamon, and some other little special ingredients you can add in there. Which, if any of you listening have not tried it, you can go over to Strong Water, and they will have. Well, I did it last year. I'm pretty sure they're going to do it again this year. But they do like a little sampling of coquito that they serve there.
okay.
They make it in house. Really
Cheers.
good stuff.
Tracy once again proving that she doesn't like anything.
Do like things.
I might give this one a shot though. Like I'm not an eggnog fan, but
I think
know.
there was a nutty nog. There was a something else. I know.
It's just coconut that put me off there.
let me
I'll still
find the
try it.
pictures. It's Nicole sent me them.
There's enough strong flavours that I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be like coconut in your face.
Right. There is a nutty nog with Bacardi Anejo Cuatro, whatever that is. Deluxe nog with Bacardi 8-year rum. Kentucky Deluxe nog with Woodford Reserve bourbon. And then
Hello.
a Fire nog with Fireball cinnamon whiskey. Oh, and there's a Kentucky nog with Old Forester bourbon as well.
Oh, hello.
And then there's some pressed sandwiches. If anyone's into pressed sandwiches, we'll go into them. Chocolate pressed s'more sandwich, a holiday leftover sandwich, a peanut butter fluff and stuff sandwich, and a VBLT. So the first one was chocolate brioche filled with ganache, marshmallow cream, marshmallows, and graham cracker crumbs. The holiday leftovers is a pressed artisan cranberry bread filled with turkey and brie cheese served with a side of turkey gravy.
Yes.
The peanut butter fluff and stuff is a pressed sandwich loaf filled with creamy peanut butter, raspberry jelly, and marshmallow cream. And the VBLT is a pressed sandwich loaf filled with smoked temper bacon, Divina tomatoes, arugula, vegan pepper jack cheese, and tomato aioli. They like to put aioli in everything, don't they?
It's garlic mayonnaise.
And that is apparently right next to the crepe stand, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm all over any sort of holiday sandwich, so.
I love how the food has become a massive part of the holidays now as well.
Because people like to eat.
We looked at like Mardi Gras and Horror Nights and holidays used to be about the parades and whatever else. And like since they really started to roll it out at Horror Nights, now like Mardi Gras has literally become food and wine.
dude, because people like to eat and drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all like family events as well that traditionally you would
Oh,
get
I'm not
together
complaining
with.
at
I'm saying,
all.
traditionally you get together with your families to celebrate these things. And what do we all do when we get together? We stuff our faces. So,
Not
yeah.
in Florida, I don't for some reason, but okay.
I know you're weird.
It's such a successful thing over at Disney.
What,
The food
eating?
and wine
Oh,
and all
yeah.
these
Oh,
different
that's-
festivals at Epcot
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I'm surprised it took them this long to actually bring it to Universal, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
because
think
We've said for
It's a
years,
given.
haven't we?
I think if you go back into the catalogue of back episodes, we did a podcast. It must be 4 or 5 years ago now, where we did our Universal Year of a Million Dreams or something. We did.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was. Universal did Disney did a thing where they had a new thing out every week. I can't remember what it was called now. And I did like they should do a Universal Food and Wine, and that was we've been talking about it for 4 or 5 years easily. and it's took them until the last 2 or 3 years to actually roll it out, and seen how popular it's become.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good. I think we will go ahead and wrap up this show. And as always, we're going to wrap up with a Universal Is, and this one comes from Jenna Vutsinis. All you have to do if you want to be involved is drop us an email to podcast@uuopodcast.com or send via Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter what you think Universal is in 3 words or less. And Jenna says, Universal is my Christmas gift. Sweet. That's it.
Guess that wraps things up for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. You guys did all right. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Listen and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere podcasts are found. You can find our blog at uuopodcast.com. Send us your spews, which Lou gets your poo recordings, questions, or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, and our awesome sponsors, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company. So, until next time, don't give up your day job. Say cheese. See you later.